Hello everyone, Sal here with a video on how to use EquityFeed to make money. This video is going to be directed towards penny stock traders. Now, if you don't already know, I've been talking about penny stocks here on YouTube for nearly 6 years now, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to this company for how they've really been with me since the beginning. I approached EquityFeed, I told them about what I wanted to do, and they were down from the get-go. And I noticed I haven't made a video exactly on how to make money using the software, and I want to do that today. I want to show you how to make money using EquityFeed. Right now, if you're someone with a small account, I don't think there's any better, or if you have a large account, I don't think there's any better software out there that you can use to get you off the ground, right? To kind of get you off the ground into some serious profitability, particularly with no money upfront required. See, EquityFeed.com, if you go to their website, you can see here that they are offering you a 14-day trial. So that's 14 days, right? 14 days for you to be able to go out and make some money to then eventually become a paying customer for EquityFeed. Now, let's go over real quick, because 14 days I'm talking about in penny stocks is it's almost a lifetime, because a lot of things and a lot of money can be made when we're talking about penny stocks over 14 days. Now, Sal, how much does it all cost? Well, I'm going to go through the cost, and I'm going to show you that if you're someone who's really ready to attack this business, who understands that trading is a business and should be seen as a business, go and get the US bundle. Go and get the US bundle, sign up for level 2 quotes, right? And from here, you have the ability to basically be ready to attack anything, right? To be able to attack whether you're talking about penny stocks or more. Now, let's focus on you microcap traders, because this is kind of where I think you get the biggest bang for your buck. But if you got the cash, just go ahead and get the US bundle. The microcap bundle, this company has gone out of their way to create a plan specifically for you. So if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of money, it doesn't mean that you can't get on the right track. And this microcap bundle gives you all the US publicly traded companies under $5 a share, whether we're talking OTCs or Amex stocks, NASDAQ, NYSE, and level 2 data for $170 a month, right? If there's one thing I can tell you about this software, that one word would be extensive. Extensive. This is an incredibly extensive software, and I can only really scrub the surface. They've been around for a long time. Again, they're giving you 2 weeks free, no credit card required. You really can't beat this deal, but I'm going to go into it. The website itself, they've got very thorough videos, but again, I want to scratch the surface for you because I want to show you how you can immediately start making money using EquityFeed and, in trading these high probability stocks that I like to do, high probability trades that I like to take advantage of using penny stocks. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the software on the screen. All right. I'm going to put the software on the screen here, and we're going to go through it here. All right. So when you launch the software after you've installed it, this is what you're going to find, right? And each button here is going to release another screen. So EquityFeed is going to be for the trader who, again, takes this seriously, right? This is for the trader who also has a multi-monitor setup. All right. Go down to, if you're a trader, you got a monitor, you got a laptop, go down to the Goodwill, go down, to wherever it is, your Best Buy, Goodwill. If you're struggling for cash, go ahead and buy a real monitor, eBay, whatever it is. Get yourself a second monitor, get yourself a third monitor, right? Get yourself a setup to where you're going to be able to use this software the way it needs to be used. And you're going to need another screen to really take advantage of this, particularly if you're taking your trading seriously. And that's what I hope that you are. So when we look at EquityFeed, we're seeing a market view, news streamer, stock scanner built in, filter builder, which is basically an algorithm trading system built in that you can set for yourself. You can program trading alerts. There's a charting system built in already. Time and sales for you being able to go in and say, particularly if you're trading OTC stocks, you want to see, hey, who's dumping, how big are they dumping? This time and sales is beautiful for you be able to really pinpoint those blocks and where they're dumping. Watch lists that you can create, level 2 quotes, personal alerts that you set, and you can trade through the software. So if you have TD Ameritrade, you are at Interactive Brokers. I've had accounts at both. You can trade through EquityFeed and being able to just right through the platform be able to take advantage of these stocks that are meeting your criteria, whatever they are. So we're pre-market right now. We're pre-market. The bell opens up in 20 minutes. But I really want to go through this with you. So I'm going to open up all the screens necessary for us to see. So I'm going to click this market view, and we're going to get market view set up and ready for you guys to see here. All right. And give me a moment. We're going to screen capture that too. All right. So as you can see here, this is the market view setup. And again, this is why, again, we want to have a multi-monitor setup. But again, these are adjustable. So understand that, you can set these and square them out, whatever. You can have 4 on the screen, 5 on the screen. So if you got more than one monitor, preferably 2 or 3, understand that you can build these windows on top of each other. All right. And that's, again, another plus to the software. Now, I've already had some preset preferences set. Now, I love stocks that are trading under $10 a share, right? That have at least over $1 million in trading volume, and that have at least 1,000 or so, 100 or so trades, preferably 100 or so trades, right? So that kind of gets the junk off of that. Particularly during the day, I'm not day trading OTC stocks, but this is definitely a segment you can choose to pull up during the day. So these are, again, stocks that are meeting my preferences. I can go ahead and remove that by selecting the filter button here. I can clear that out. You're not able to see that, but I can see it on my end. And then this is basically what the software has pulled up to tell me stocks that, pre-market now. Again, it's 9:13 a.m. Stocks that are doing something. Stocks that are doing something. As you can see here, there are a lot of stocks doing a lot of things right now. And EquityFeed is going to pull up every single one of those stocks that are making a move right now pre-market. And it's updating as we speak. This software is literally updating itself as we speak. So per second, you're getting movement. You're being able to identify movement. And again, you're going to want to filter this. You're going to want to filter this because there's a lot of information. You're going to want to be able to break it down to find the stocks particularly that you want to trade, right? Particularly that one you want to trade. Now, when you're in the market view, understand that there's several different tabs here, all right? Bid and ask, last, next, net change percentage right now, pre-market. So we got some reverse splits going on here. We got some stocks that are probably meeting some huge news right now. We got some other stocks that guys are just really excited to trade right now. Volume, we can see the trades that have already taken place in the stock pre-market already. Volume, that's already moving the stock right now. Of course, your ETFs and many of your more expensive stocks are going to already have several $1 million traded pre-market. Understand that these can be added or removed as well. These can be added or removed as well. And one of my favorite things, again, to insert when you're going through these columns is there, whether you want stocks that are meeting a particular average, whether it be, a short interest, particular share structure, market, news there are so many different tabs that, again, I wish I could show you, but I can't show you right now because the software does hide it on this end. But I want to show you one of my favorite, which is float. And I'm going to add the float to it. And 1 second here, I'm going to add float. And as you can see here, here's the float that I've added. And again, trust me, you've got hundreds of different, you can add in percentage float short. You can add in several different categories to this screen, and you can remove the ones you're not interested in, right? You can remove the ones you're not interested in. I already know the value, for example, the particular limit of volume that I'm looking for. So I can go ahead and just remove volume from this selection. So if you can see here, volume has just disappeared. Now I can go ahead and categorize this by float. I can simply categorize this by float. So we got, of course, the OTC stocks. We're going to have to go through that. But as you can see here now, I'm looking at stocks that have 13, 14, 15, 20, 25, 35, in terms of float, right? So these are stocks that I know that if we're, hitting news or something like that, these stocks are going to run. These stocks have a high probability to run and run aggressively because there are low float stocks. All right. And understand, you can add in several different columns with several different settings. If I want to add in, for example, percentage of insider ownership, right? I can identify stocks that have insanely high insider ownership. Let me grab so you can see that percentage of insiders, right? So now I'm looking for stocks that have high insider ownership. These are some of the high ones right here. Insanely high percentage insider ownership. So I know now I can find stocks that have high institutional support. All right? High insider support. Hey, but I said institution. We can look at institutions too. All right? We can add in institutional support too. In fact, let me go ahead and insert that column and I can show you. Let me see here. Percentage institutions. All right. So we can add in percentage institutions. Now, not only do I see my high insiders, I can find in, okay, well, insiders love the stock. Do the institutions love the stock? Right. And these are able for me. This is another way for me to be able to find out whether or not, institutions were supporting the company. If there's not large institutions with ownership, maybe that means it's not necessarily a great investment, right? Maybe that means that this isn't necessarily a stock that I should be putting my money in if some of the biggest banks in the world aren't willing to put their money on the line when it comes to trading that stock. So that's another thing that you can find. But let's get to another level on the stock and that on this program. Let's get back to that screen here. I want to take you through the filter builder, because I want to show you how you can make some money using EquityFeed. And again, I'm going to give it its own screen in just a second here. All right, so here's the filter builder. We're going to spread that out for you. All right, so this is the filter builder. All right, and we're going to go ahead and set in a filter right now to be able to pull up the kind of stocks we're interested in. Right, so understand that you can. This software is so thorough, guys. I mean, I can only scratch the surface on how deep this software is. When it comes to the certain criteria you can set is price, percentage change that the stock is made during the day. So if I want to look for stocks that are up 5%, whatever stocks under $5 a share that have moved up 5% today minimum, I can set that as a criteria. I can set the different, liquidity requirements I want for the particular trade. I can set in the fundamentals. For example, let's say I only want to find stocks that are profitable. I can set that as well. I can also use technical indicators. All right. I can also set different technical indicators. And several of them are here that I want to set that hey, find me all the stocks that are, below 30 on the RSI, right? Particularly stocks that I love, particularly under $5 a share and under 30 on the, and we're going to head and set that. We'll set that up right now in just a bit. We also have the overlap study. So find me all stocks that are trading, at the higher end of the Bollinger Band, right? List me all those stocks over $10 a share that are trading at the lower end of the Bollinger Band, right? Find me stocks that are trading right in the middle of the Bollinger Band, under $50 a share, with 1 million shares outstanding or 1 million shares daily traded. These are the criteria, right? And again, just looking at how extensive it gets, you can see how thorough you can eventually be with your trading. All right. So I want to set a basic one. Let's find stocks under $5 a share. Actually, let's do $10, under $10 a share, that are trading an average of at least 100,000 shares and are below 30 on the RSI. Let's just set that, right? So we're going to get and set price, right? We're going to go and select last, right? And you can't see it, but I can see it. And we're basically going to select less than or equal to. Less than or equal to. And I want to put 5 here. $5. So I'm looking for any company, any stock. And again, you can be able to select the different markets, whether you want OTC, NASDAQ, NYSE only, maybe Amex only, different stock types. Maybe you only want stocks that are in gold, maybe stocks that are in, commodities. Maybe you only want stocks that are, what's another segment? Technology, right? Consumer, disposable, whatever segment that you want, you can select those as well. Sector that you want, stock types as well. Maybe you only want ETFs, right? Maybe you only want companies that have done stock split or currently stock splitting. Maybe you only want preferred securities. Whatever those are, you can go through that as well. All right. Select company through news as well, and a particular time frame you want that select. So again, last is less than or equal to $5. We're going to add that in. All right. We're going to add that in. Now we're going to go down here. We were at liquidity. That's very important. Average daily volume. 30-day average daily volume. And again, I only want greater than when it comes to 30 and average. And I want to be at least, let's say, 150,000. All right. So 30-day average of 150,000 added to my query. Right. And now I only want, let's see here, stocks low on the RSI. So here's the relative strength index. And I only want stocks that are trading very low on the RSI and less than or equal to 30. All right, less than or equal to 30. So again, we've highlighted the RSI, right? We highlighted the relative strength index is less than or equal to 30. We're going to add that in there. All right. So again, I know I said 10, but let's go with 5 because I really want to get you into the penny runners. So 5, 30-day average volume, RSI. Let's go ahead and run this filter. Boom. Boom. That easy, folks. I'm going to give it its own screen here in just a second. It's that easy, folks. Here it is. Here it is. These are stocks right now that meet my criteria. Under $5 a share, trade an average daily for 30 days of at least 150,000 and are currently below 30 on the RSI. And currently below 30 on the RSI. All right? And currently below 30 on the RSI. Now to prove that, let's go ahead and look at one of them right now. Let's take that. How about let's take that. Let's just prove it. Let's prove it by looking up FLKS. All right? So I'm going to bring up the chart again. All right? I'm going to bring up the chart. Move this to the front. All right. And let's type in FLKS. FLKS. All right. Boom. As you can see here, this stock is below 30. Currently 22 on the RSI on the daily chart. So as you can see here, this is a way that you're able to find these stocks that again, this would have been a solid return for you, right? You got in here on this low float. This stock that, again, trading at the low RSI, this is a high probability trade. Look at that beautiful gravestone doji showing that traders are possibly interested in coming back into that now because it's got a bottom wick. So guys, we're buying that bottom wick. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a bottom wick there. But as you can see here, these traders came back into the stock the very next day. So if you would have came in, this would have been a nice return here in the stock, right? FLKS. FLKS is the ticker. All right. So as you can see, this is how this program can position you to make money trading stocks. All right. And it does so at a very, very great job. All right. Very, very great job. Now let's go over the news. We've already, let's go over the news here. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out a couple of these. All right. So because I want to go over the news and how to use news. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let's do the news streamer because the news streamer itself is incredibly extensive as well. All right. And the bell is going to open up in just a bit. We're going to be able to see what's running here. All right, so the news streamer, here's the news streamer, built-in news streamer. As you can see, takes off from dozens of sources. And again, you're able to go through and be able to see what's running right now and why. What's running right now and why. Now, one thing I love to do sometimes too is finding FDA announcements. And again, you can use, filter by keywords where, and I just, guys, I'm so enamored with the software. FDA is one that I really love to search. Let's say I'm trying to find something that just says FDA. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there and I can find anything today that had to do with FDA. And as you can see here, we've got some FDA announcements here today, folks. We've got some companies releasing FDA news right there. So every morning you wake up, you want to trade in stocks that are, on an FDA announcement. Here's how you do that. With the software, you can literally go through. So no more having the routine of 10, 20, 30 different websites that you've gone through. Now you can simply pinpoint and attack what stocks are doing what and why for this particular keyword that you're using, right? And again, you can also pull up the news. You can double click it, pull up the news as well. And as you can see here, it pulls right below and explains to you why it's doing what it's doing. Incredibly extensive, guys. This is incredibly extensive. And it's telling you why, this company is announcing news, tells you a little bit about the company. It's as if you've got a direct connection to all the SEC filings built in directly into the software. And that's exactly what you do have. It's built in directly to the SEC filings. So you never miss out. You never miss out on what you need. All right. 1 minute to the bell. 1 minute to the bell. So let's go ahead and just take a look at the stock scanner. All right. Here's the stock scanner right now. And we won't be so thorough on this. And again, the website has extensive videos on how to use this. We can only scratch the surface, right? We can only scratch the surface. But again, this is another filter that you can build to find the stocks that you're looking, to trade right now. So let me go ahead and exit out of this because the bell's about to ring here and I want to be able to show you guys how beautiful this is. One second, guys. All right. As you can see here, here's the built-in screamer. The bell's open, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go ahead and pull that up because I want you guys to see this, how beautiful this software is. All right. So now we're looking at right now, the system is already setting Find me stocks that I've pre-selected that are crossing the 20-day moving average, whether it be in volume, broke 52-week low. So now we're looking at stocks. Show me the price breakouts, right? Here are price breakouts. I want to find stocks that are breaking out in the last 10 days. Show me to them right now. Boom, there it is. Right? I can see these stocks making huge price breakouts right now. And again, you can filter this down. I know it's a lot of information, but you can filter it down. You can filter it down. I want to find out stocks that I'm a shorter, right? For example, I'm a shorter. Let's say I want to find stocks that are making new lows. Boom. I want to find stocks that are making new lows over the last 10 days. Now the software goes out and finds those stocks, all right, that are making new lows over the last 10 days. And again, you can filter this. Let's say I don't want to see any OTC stocks. Only NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange. Boom, done. Done. You know, you can make this software, EquityFeed, can be whatever you want it to be for you. That's what I love about this software. So now that you've seen it, don't you believe it's worth a 14-day trial? And again, guys, I've only scratched the surface. We can spend 3 hours going over this. I can't do that because your attention span isn't there. But it just goes to show you, how thorough you can be. No one should be missing trading opportunities when you have software like this. It's completely worth it. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a small price to pay compared to what you're going to spend, what you're going to lose, right? If you don't have software like this on your side. All right. If you don't have software like this on your side, you're going to lose a lot of money. So make the investment. You got to make these investments if you want to be successful. It takes money to make money. All right. It takes money to make money. That's just the fact of the matter. So don't lose out. Don't lose out. Right. Don't lose out that. Also, volume breakouts are huge too. Volume breakouts. If you want to say, let's say 60-day volume breakouts, these are great ways to trade very low float stocks as well, because they technically on days they run, those are days that they have incredibly large amount of volume. So you can find low volume breakouts as well too. All right. This is incredible, and it's incredibly thorough, guys. It goes every single publicly traded company. Every single publicly traded company is going to be able to be found when you're using software like this on your side. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed. My video. Again, I hope I've at least scratched the surface and giving you an idea of what you can see when you have EquityFeed on your side. Right? When you have EquityFeed on your side, because again, guys, this software is incredibly powerful software. This is incredibly powerful software that you can use. Take advantage of it. No credit card required. 14 days free of charge. You can make money using this software before giving them a dime. You can make money before even giving them a dime using this software. It's your boy Sal. Click subscribe if this is your first time watching. Until next time, it's time for me to trade. Take care, everyone. I'm out.